Okay.
Hey, there we are. Better late than never.
Peoples. All right.
Wow, technical difficulty after technical difficulty after brain fart after Amos pooping after all kinds of craziness at my house. Now we're on the air.
You didn't have to bring that up, did
Oh,
you?
what?
Really?
The
Really?
part about the craziness in my house?
No, no. My technical difficulties. I mean,
Right, right. Yeah,
that's
sorry.
not in the scope of this podcast, dude.
We're supposed to be technically perfect, right? We don't
Uh,
have
uh,
technical difficulties.
no. We have electron failure.
Right, right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But we definitely poop. Everybody poops.
yeah.
I have a book that proves that.
Yes, yes. It's been linked in our show notes before. Oh, oh goodness.
Sorry. Everyone poops.
Everyone.
Even
Yes,
you.
it is everyone. All right.
It's a great book, by the way. If you haven't read it, it's fantastic.
Your, check your mic. Make sure you're on cardioid.
Yeah, that's the heart shaped thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Hold on.
your gain's all the way down.
Yeah, all the way down.
Is your gain down in the system preps?
Uh, what?
Whoops.
Yeah. Hey, hey, electron problems.
Not technical difficulties.
uh,
Uh, so you system preps. You're gonna go to sound. You're gonna do your input, input, input.
yes. Ambient noise reduction is on. And I turned my volume. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
can't.
Can you hear me?
Barely, barely. It's barely.
Okay. Well, all right.
You got to find that balance between me hearing you and me hearing the room.
Right. How's my sound right now?
It actually sounds really good right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I'm going to leave it then.
I figured you'd tell me this where I had it before.
All right. We're rolling with this one.
I think we have enough sound clips, sound bites for the.
Like the next 10 shows. And you're frozen again.
Oh yeah, you just went froze too, and now you're unfrozen,
Okay.
right? I am
I,
not.
I, I warned my household to not use any of my bandwidth.
No one is actually up in my household right now except for my wife who is studying.
uh,
She's reading static web pages, so it doesn't even matter how many she brings up. It's not going to do anything.
uh,
All right, let's knock this stuff out.
yep.
Get everything unlocked. Um. Okay. Show notes. Hello. 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 Me, 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 me.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like shit, like always.
And there you
As long as we're entertaining.
or informative. Maybe a little bit of both.
Oh, both would be awesome. Let's go for that.
Keep our ambitions lower, dude. Like I
I
don't
don't know. Shoot for the stars, man.
shoot for the star.
Whatever that means. I
I
don't know.
really know what's going on right now.
I heard that somewhere.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like keep that to yourself. Sure.
Uh,
I gotta get my I gotta get my thing here. My page is open somehow. Somewhere along the line, I closed the YouTube videos. The
so
YouTube.
when we're going over our main topic, how many times am I allowed to say that's what she said? Thank you. Thank you. What the hell?
It'd be a great soundbite right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to laptop. I'm going to cut that out real quick. I'm going to find the spot. There's one little clip in here I want to play.
Mother Nature likes to keep a male fertilizing willing females as long as any new ones are around. In that top line, the ram, he perceives each porn. This old mammalian program. There's 22 porn displays. See that spike? That's where the researchers switched to porn the guys hadn't seen before. What happened? Their erections and their brains fired up.
There we go.
Far more compelling than porn of the past. Why is that? Unending novelty. In the
Damn it, like I can almost fucking get it there.
Porn as far more compelling than porn.
That's what she
more
said.
Compelling than porn of the. Now users perceive internet porn. Now by sex.
Okay, here we go. Now we're good to go. We've got about 20-second clip here.
So based on the bumpers that you choose, or the sound clips that you choose for the bumpers that are usually me saying something, it makes me think that I'm really funny when we're not actually podcasting. That's the conclusion that I've drawn. That I'm always fucking hilarious until we podcast, and then I'm really droll.
Actually, what I like to do is I like to take, for my personal style. It's usually you because I don't find myself very entertaining.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like I find myself to be, rather boring. Mostly because as I'm listening to myself, I'm rethinking the same thoughts I had before because I'm mechanical that way.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is, you notice typically there's a part of part of the bumpers that includes you that does not include me.
Yeah, I know. It's all out of context.
Exactly, and I think that's because that's how I'm listening to it when I'm editing it. I'm out of context, and as I'm lining things up, is usually when I find stuff is when I'm trying to line the two clips up and everything else. And I'll hear something and immediately I blank my side out, like not clicking it, but actually just in my mind, I listen to what you're saying over what I'm saying. And I find these clips, and they're so freaking humorous. But sometimes, like the funniest ones are usually the ones that are like 30 seconds long, and I can't put those in the bumper.
Yeah.
Because the theme music is set at 10 seconds before I cut in, and I usually try to keep the first bumper at less than 10 seconds, so that the show starts under the 20-second mark. Like I prefer about 15, but it has to start under the 20-second mark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of the music, did you fix the issue with your loop and shit?
No.
Okay, so stay on that.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, fresh in your brain reminder.
Yeah, I need to have like 10 minutes of extra space at the end or something like that. So.
Yeah, or something, or just have it not fucking loop.
Or an hour. No,
you're only gonna play it once.
The problem is now it'll cut into the next one. Because I have it on as a playlist, but that isn't.
Well, don't.
No, I have it as a playlist by itself.
Okay.
It should stop at the end of the playlist, but for some reason it fucking doesn't.
It's because you got it on repeat.
I don't repeat anymore.
Damn it.
Okay. Are you fucking ready, dude? Like.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 10:25 for a 9 o'clock start time is good.
11:25 for 10 o'clock start time.
Yeah, same thing. Same.
Whatever. Your fucking your poop difficulties. What?
Potato. What? Wait, what?
How'd you like the title of the last episode? I thought it was pretty ingenious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I forgot what we were even talking about for that episode, even though it came out so damn quick. That's just how fucking goldfish my memory is. But yeah, when I saw the title, I remembered I think it was part of my weekly recap, right, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the show just kind of came back to my head. I was like, ah, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good title.
Mm.
All right, let's do this then, man.
Yeah.
See if everything's set. Fuck it. If not, then we'll
Fuck it.
find out together.
I'm recording. You're recording, right?
Yep.
All right. Fuck it. It's all editable then. Let's do it.
Cool. Make shit.
That's the magic of podcasting, folks.
Let's make cool shit happen. Ready? Okay.
So, yeah.
Where this plays my camera.
What the fuck? Oh God. All right.
I realigned it so that the video of you is like immediately behind my camera. I'm like, I raised my camera up and everything else, so the video of you is directly in line with my camera. Like I'm looking at my video of myself talking right now, but it looks like I'm looking at the camera. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I went to go in front of the camera and I was like, because I'm looking at myself and the camera's like completely blown out of focus. And I was like, where? Oh shit! It's like right there.
Oh hell. Wonderful.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Yes, we are wonderful. I need to be able to see myself. You need to be quiet.
Hold on. Don't start the countdown yet. Hold on. I'm just adding something real quick.
Shit.
Okay. Now I'm ready.
I got a new mouse. Like it's a wireless version of my old one because the button was always fucked up in my old one.
Yeah.
I got a new one and I'm scrolling and I can't hear myself scroll. It's so amazing. Like the
Okay.
clicker, like it's all silent. It's so good.
Oh, did I tell you about my trigger ball scroll fucking?
Find that thing?
Nah, I didn't look for it. So yeah, completely irrelevant.
All right. This time we need to make sure we keep the weekly recap short.
Yes.
We've been going along on that.
That's what. Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Actually, dude, you.
All right, man. I'm ready when you are.
Like upsetting me right now. Like, I don't thing going. All right. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Ritual Misery Podcast, episode beta 21 for Wednesday, the 28th of January, 2015. This is a show where two lifelong friends talk about geek stuff and whatever else comes to mind. I'm Amos, and with me as always, my friend Kent. How you doing, Kent?
I'm good, man. It's been a good week. How are you?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
One of us is always just far too tired for this whole thing.
Yeah. Tends to happen when we have late night recordings.
Well, because your technical difficulties.
No. My household chaos. Your technical difficulties.
I don't know why you got to be all particular about it.
I don't know. I think we trade that. I think sometimes you have a chaotic household and I have technical difficulties. We never seem to sync up. That's weird. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Damn it! You preempted me.
Like, when is that joke gonna get old? I don't know.
It never.
It is, but it's certainly not. I thoroughly enjoy it every time, whether or not I'm the one saying it. So, all right, man. So last week we talked about you going in for your test.
Mm-hmm.
For gokyu or something to that effect.
Yep.
How'd that go?
It went well. I am indeed a Goku now. I'm waiting for a sensei to teach me how to go Super Saiyan, but I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, I've never watched any Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or any of that, but I'm familiar enough with it to get the pop culture references and all that kind of crap.
Gotcha.
But no, it's really cool. So it's 5th coup. That means I'm 5 promotions away from black belt. So I'm about halfway there.
Yeah.
It's really cool. The test was it's kind of long, kind of difficult, but not overly horrible. I did a lot of preparation. I was ready for it. and I think it showed. I think since they saw that, he put a belt on me, so I guess I was ready.
Cool. What else did you do this week?
My youngest son Isaac had his birthday. Actually, yesterday was his birthday, Tuesday, but we celebrated it this past weekend. What he wanted to do was go roller skating. Okay. I'd been past it's called Roller Arena here in Alamogordo. I'd been past it before, but I thought it was shut down. I didn't even know the place was active. But Isaac had gone there for a school trip before, and he's like, no, they're open. I promise. Like, okay, let's go. Last time I'd been skating was, yeah, I can't even tell you. I think I was at my first duty station the last time I skated in any fashion, and that was ice skating.
Wow.
I went one time when I was at Eglin. Prior to that, probably the last time I did that was the last time I played roller hockey in my neighborhood while I was in high school.
Wow. So I have to ask though. I mean, the big question now is, did you go traditional or inline?
Inline, definitely inline.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, I was never good at the regular four-wheel roller skate. You know what I'm talking about, the standard roller skate. Never good at that. But when rollerblades came out, what were we, 8th grade or something like that when that happened? Dating ourselves now.
I was in California for.
I tried them, and yeah. So probably like 7th to 8th grade, something like that. They came out. I tried them, and it worked for me. And then I even started playing like pickup games of roller hockey in the neighborhood. And I got pretty decent at it. It took me about 5 minutes for it to come back. Like the saying, it's like riding a bike. Pretty much was, man. I had more fun by far than Isaac did skating. It was pretty awesome. It was fun. Might have to do that more often.
Yeah, and okay, that's pretty cool. I've actually gone a few times, and I thoroughly enjoy it. My aging body doesn't prefer to do it anymore, but I thoroughly enjoy it as well. So how'd you finish your weekend?
Yeah, well, Sunday, we got the WWE network, starting to get back into pro wrestling or whatever. The Royal Rumble was Sunday, and Isaac really wanted to watch that, so I wanted to also. But he, it was his birthday weekend. And it was kind of what Isaac says goes, and he wanted to watch the Royal Rumble. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So that's what we did. We watched that. So it was fun.
And as a spoiler alert, who won?
I forget.
So memorable! Wow.
Yeah, no, it wasn't one of the better, more memorable shows, but it was a lot of fun. It was the guy that won was I want to say it was Roman Reigns. It was one of the old members of Shield, which is kind of a newer thing. You probably never even heard of them. It's kind of I'm very just roughly fringe familiar with the group, but yeah. Anyway, I hope I didn't get that wrong because everybody's gonna be like, "No, you suck, you idiot! It wasn't that guy."
So WWE was here at the Abilene Civic Center last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, no such luck on anything fun like that to do. So instead, my wife and I went on a date to go see Rodney Carrington.
Awesome.
Yes, it was a good show. It was a
very funny guy.
Show. He actually did more stand-up than music, which I thought that was a bit of a twist. I figured he would do more music than stand-up. Either way, had a raving good time. My wife was probably the only dark-skinned person in the building, other than the opening comedian. There were several jokes to that matter in his set. Rodney, however, was very funny. He actually got emotional about twice on stage. Recently divorced. He's actually from not far from here, Longview, Texas. Yeah, it was a really good time. My wife didn't know what to expect going into it, and she thoroughly enjoyed herself. We both almost peed ourselves, and we got the hell out of there.
That's awesome, man.
And yeah, that's what I did on Saturday. Well,
that
was Friday night.
I saw Rodney once in Vegas when I lived there years ago. Good time. He's definitely a funny guy. Good show. We're seeing.
Yeah, it cost us. I think the tickets. It was general admission. We got the balcony seats because I didn't buy the tickets in time, but it cost us like $80, which is not bad for a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours of laughing your butt off. So we
Yep.
enjoyed it. Other than that, on Sunday I acquired through some special deals. I acquired the Mad Max trilogy to watch with my son. Although we have not watched it, I'm really looking forward to that.
Very cool. Now, is that in preparation for seeing the new movie when it comes out?
No, the new movie coming out, being spoken about on Current Geek a few weeks ago, is what actually brought it up. And I was like, that's kind of a rite of passage. I mean, how can I have a boy grow up in my household and not have seen the Mad Max movies? So
Yeah. I think the first one is playing on Netflix right now.
the first two are actually playing on Netflix. The third one, Thunderdome, is the one that I had to go out and find.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Speaking of podcasts, I turned on a new podcast this week. My geeky thing of the week would be I found and listened to the first several episodes of the Podcast Method. It's a 5x5 show. I can't remember the host's name to save my life, and I could probably look it up right now, but I don't think it really matters that much. Podcast Method on 5x5 networks. It's a good
We're in
show.
the pipe.
Yeah.
5x5. Aliens reference.
There you go. Listen to the first few episodes. It's only like 6 or 7 episodes in right now, and it's all about how to podcast. And I've gotten some good advice from it, and I think I'm going to pick it up and put it in my regular rotation. So
Sweet. Yeah, you told me about that, and I downloaded the episodes, but haven't listened to them yet.
Yeah. I've only listened to, well, as I was telling you in the pre-show, I listened to parts of it and kind of skipped around the parts that, when people would ask a question that either doesn't apply to us yet, or is an obstacle we've already gotten around and I don't want to complicate our lives with.
Right.
You just skip past that and get to more of the meat and potatoes that, from my plate. And really good stuff, knowledgeable, and it's good stuff. You should look it up if you're interested in creating a podcast or just how they work and the difficulties and the technology behind it. The Podcast Method is a good place to start. Although my one critique on it is that he talks about starting mixers and starting microphones and things like that. His starting mixer, the one that he recommends you start out with, is almost $500, which is a little more than I'm thinking most garage podcasters can afford, because I know it's more than we could afford. So, yeah, that's my one complaint about it. He's got a little higher budget than I think the average listener does, but I mean, that's just aims at his success, I guess.
Well, it's like with anything, you take what you can get from something, you take bits and pieces, and then, everything else just kind of,
drops behind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting the echo in my headset,
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to hear what's going on.
All right, man. So what was your geeky thing of the week?
The geekiest thing that I did this week was updating my iPhone to 8.1.3, and I read the notes, the update notes. No, I mean, yeah, that probably really is the geekiest thing I did this week. But no, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about the Fantastic Four teaser. Have you seen that yet?
I have not. I've not seen any media at all this weekend other than Rodney Carrington.
Yeah. For those that don't know, they're remaking the Fantastic Four. It's kind of like a reboot.
Didn't they just do that like not too long ago? Is this like a Spider-Man thing where they came out with some decent movies and then like half a decade later they want to reboot the successful previous franchise?
Well, the two Fantastic Four movies that have come out are okay at best, in my opinion. So I'm kind of interested in this reboot, but the teaser trailer, if they didn't have the tagline or the the Marvel branding on it, or actually say the title is Fantastic Four, I probably, on first viewing, I probably would not have even known what this was a trailer for. It was the weirdest trailer.
Is it that obscure or
It's
at
it's it's vague. It's vague and extremely slow paced. It's only a minute and a half long, I think, but it felt like 10 minutes. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a good sign for the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. When the real trailer comes out, we'll see. But I don't know. This trailer did nothing to
Hype you
excite
up.
me for the movie. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well,
yeah,
speaking
so that's
of excitement you find online,
hmm.
I brought up a topic, and I wanted to share a little something with you, our audience, and kind of just get into the nitty gritty of it. A couple weeks ago, my wife had to take a trip. She was gone for about a week, about 9 days or so. And during that time, I watched some TED Talks. And I don't know if you know what TED Talks are. I'm guessing you do now since I pointed them out to you at least.
Oh yeah.
Um, Essentially, highly specialized people in highly technical or I don't want to say technical, but scientific fields. Basically, really, really smart people talking about the stuff they love the most.
Yeah, and it's idea people basically.
Yeah.
People with good ideas.
Right, and it's not always a solution thing. Sometimes it's just an awareness thing. Sometimes it is talking about solutions. Sometimes it's talking about alternate theories. I saw one from the man. I wish I could remember his name. He basically counteracted Stephen Hawking's theory on black holes, and sometimes it's just a counterpoint to an established belief or established science.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one that I did not find something interesting in.
Mm-hmm.
Most of
If
them,
nothing else, they make you think a little bit.
yeah, exactly, or they broaden your perspective just a touch.
Right.
Um, and a lot of times they're talking completely over your head, but sometimes they're just not. And most of the ones I've watched are about 15 minutes long, 15 to 20 minutes long.
I think they have a max time length, like 16 minutes or something like that. They have to keep it under a certain amount of time.
That could be. That could be. I see. Now I need to do some more research on TED Talks. Regardless, the specific one that I'm talking about today is called the Great Porn Experiment. It's by Gary Wilson, um, who is he's a psychologist and a website host and likes to compare statistics and things like that to the way that we actually live our lives. And one of the things that he did was the Great Porn Experiment is what he called it. And essentially, what he's saying is, with porn the way that it is, online porn, online mass media porn, the stuff that you can get for free in mass quantities online,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's raising a generation of men who were having problems at a very young age that normally we wouldn't see until much later in life.
Like
Honestly,
erectile dysfunction.
speaking specifically of erectile dysfunction, ED, normally men don't start experiencing ED until earliest the late 40s and into the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
That's your typical trigger point. They're having men that are having ED at 18, 22, and what they're looking at is when me and you came up, we were looking at Playboys, and Playboys were that was it. That was, you know,
Yeah, on the rare occasions that you could get your hands on one, you'd take a couple quick glances and then stuff it back in the drawer and run away.
yeah. And if you ever found something more intense than that, like a Penthouse or any of those other more advanced magazines, um, it was a gold mine. Like you had no idea.
Jackpot.
Yeah. um, yeah. You didn't know how to handle yourself. You know.
I did.
Well, um,
Hmm.
but what they're coming up with now is these guys like by the age of 10, I think the statistics pretty high up there. It's more than half of kids, more than half of boys before the age of 10 are seeking porn,
Hmm.
particularly online because it is amply available, readily available. Um, And what they're saying is now you have some people that are addicted to the porn. The pleasure responses, the dopamine response, and everything else is actually greater than that of cocaine, of heroin, and oftentimes it's harder to quit than those drugs.
Right. Well, the most basic pleasure that we get as human beings is the sexual response.
Right. It's an immediate dopamine response, and
Right.
it's our happy drug. That's the drug in your brain. It's like, ooh, yay, let's do
Yeah.
this more.
Well, it's our species, it's our DNA saying propagate the species, make babies, fertilize the next generation. Basically, it's a must happen kind of thing.
Right. And what they're noticing now in these studies is that it's not that you're seeing sexual activity, uh, and it's not that you are seeing procreation. It's that you're seeing something new. It's the novelty of it. And I think when I heard that, when I was watching the movie, the TED talk, and I heard that, I started being a little introspective and looking at my porn habits because I'm a viewer. Well, until recently I was a viewer of porn.
Mm.
Like I said, my wife was gone for 9 days. I had a few opportunities, and that's been kind of socially acceptable amongst men our age. We're our upper 30s.
Mm.
It's not uncommon. It's actually kind of the norm. I spoke to my psychologist about it, and it is. I mean, in her opinion, it was like, why is this? It's not a problem until you can't get it up, essentially, until you don't have the proper sexual response with your mate or your significant other.
Right. As long as you can perform with the real thing, she's saying that it's not a problem.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Now, I've had different thoughts about the degradation of women, about it being, a legal form of prostitution, and I have 5 daughters, so it kind of hits home a little bit.
Sure.
But I decided I would go ahead and stop watching porn
Mm-hmm.
at all, um, in any kind, pictures, video, reading, nothing at all. So the only since that day, since the second Sunday of January or something like that, I have had no uh, uh, sexual input other than my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a couple weeks now, and I would like to report that as for my experience after cutting pornography out of my life completely, and it hasn't been necessarily easy because, we go through things, right?
Yeah, sure.
My experiences with my wife have become enhanced. The communication with my wife is improving, and the constant urge, the constant thoughts, the constant drive for sex is actually slowing down and becoming way more controllable to where, at least for me, is very personal, just my experience, it's getting to the point where I don't have rampant thoughts all the time. Like, I'm not harassing my wife. I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, it's been, 3 days. I got to get some.
Right. Right.
I'm not saying this is going to be everybody's response, but for me, I think at least thus far, it's turning very healthy, and it's very calming and relaxing. And that could, be the Zoloft talking as well. But at least for me, and just in the short period of time, the last 2 weeks, it's made a noticeable improvement. So now I'm going to see exactly, if to me, it's kind of like smoking a cigarette. I love smoking. Oh my God, I love smoking, but I don't. As much as I want to, I don't, because I know once I start, I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to end up treating porn the same way, which when I go to Korea is going to be a little bit of a more difficult thing. But we shall.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, but I'm willing to take up the challenge, and I'm trying to use myself as my own test subject on this. So, I'm not going to write a paper about it, but I'm going to you know, at least experiment with it and see how it goes. Because so far, it's turned out pretty good. And keep in mind, porn wasn't a problem with me. My wife has no problem with me viewing porn or anything else. Um, so it's not a relationship problem. It's never been a marital problem between myself and my wife. It's
Mm.
just something personally after seeing this talk and thinking, a little introspection. I do have an addictive personality, and I do find it hard to let go of things that give me a dopamine response. Smoking,
Right.
um, uh, pornography, things like that. So certain vices. Um,
Sure. Yeah.
so that's where I'm taking this. That's why I brought it up, and I think it's going to be very interesting, at least for me.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, and good job on making positive changes. And the results that you are experiencing it seems to be typical, at least from the research that I've done over the last week, ever since we decided this was going to be the topic. Um, it seems to be the typical result of people that decide, you know what, I'm going to stop looking at porn and actually stick to it. That's typical. Sometimes for some people it takes even up to 6 months to really see tangible results, but the results are basically what you're saying. And then in the extreme cases, the ones the ED sufferers, after 6 months or less, they tend to
Recover their
right, yeah, yeah, exactly.
and let me be very clear. I don't nor have I ever had ED.
Right, right. And the other point that I wanted to make, you kind of touched on it there, was that you were talking about addictive personality and whatnot. This is like anything. Some people can drink and even get blasted, wasted, or whatever, and then not crave alcohol for until the next party 2-3 months later or whatever, and then they'll get blasted again or whatever. But some people, they start drinking and then they don't stop, and then they have to drink alcohol next weekend too, and then next weekend, and then on Tuesday, and then Thursday, then the weekend, and then now they need it on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and they can't stop.
And
Um,
whiskey and their coffee on their way to work.
right, right. And then and what they found is that porn is the same way, where some people can check it out once in a while, whatever, and it's fine. But other people, you get that taste, it's like crack or whatever, you get the taste, and then, well, now you got to just, you can't put it down. Um, yeah, I think, like me, historically, like, I don't think it's ever really been a problem for me. The heaviest use of it has been in, like you said, Korea. Long periods of time where I'm deprived of the real thing.
Right.
I want some sort of stimulation, and that's something that kind of fills that void. I think it's a safe substitute in that regard. It's much better than going off and there's all sorts of things that you can do that's
right.
A lot worse than that.
You can't as far as I know, you cannot catch hypergonocephalides from video.
Yeah, the jury's still out on that,
but
but no, I think that's, yeah. I mean, when it comes to that sort of thing, that's definitely the safer alternative. It's wear a rubber glove. That tends to work, I think.
The other reason I wanted to bring this up is I also wanted to take on a challenge, and I wanted to challenge you with this. And this isn't something we have to report on or anything else. Just something personal. One TED Talk a week.
Okay.
The last thing you want me to do is try to commit you to even more time for anything, right? One TED Talk a week. That's about 2/3 of your drive to work every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about my ride to work. About 10-15 minutes. One TED Talk a week for the rest of the year.
Okay.
I think and of course, if there is anything in particular like super interesting, we can always bring it back to the show.
Absolutely.
But I just think on a personal level, just to expand it a little bit and expand ourselves and reach out there and see some things we don't normally see and things like that. One TED Talk a week, and we'll just keep track of which ones we listen to on our show notes tracker in the Google Docs. and I think it would be
Okay.
interesting. I think it would be a
Yeah.
good way to spread it, spread some knowledge and or to find some knowledge and maybe spread it around on the show and see if the listeners are interested in. So anyone out there that wants to take up the challenge, just go ahead and email us podcast@ritualmisery.com, and we will add you to the list and we'll get it going and
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do. I think it'd be great.
Absolutely. Or they can even go to ritualmisery.blogspot.com and they can post a link there. That way everybody can see the TED Talks that they thought were interesting.
Yeah, there's just one thing about that ritual misery ritual misery .blogspot.com though. I mean, it's
Oh no, the Reddit is what I was talking about.
oh well that's a lot to type. Ritual misery podcast.blogspot.com. I think it's too much, man. There's got to be a way we can shorten that down, isn't there?
Wouldn't it be really cool if it was just ritualmisery.com?
Ritualmisery.com. I don't know.
That's a nice ring to it.
That really does, and I don't know if you can get any shorter than that. I mean,
That's what she said. Oh wait,
oh.
damn it! I was hoping to do that during the main topic.
Let's see. I'm gonna find out what happens if I go to ritualmisery.com. Go to ritualmisery.com, and look at that. I see a picture of me and you making goofy faces with our logo on the front page and all of our podcasts listed there underneath. So ritualmisery.com, ladies and gentlemen, we've claimed the domain. We've got the site up. We've got the threads going. We're building the site as we speak. It should be rapidly filling up with interesting knowledge about or uninteresting knowledge. and and it's a great place to go for all of our links. You can go there and find the Amazon affiliate link in there that's going to help out our show just a little bit. If you're going to buy something from Amazon, again, it doesn't cost you anything extra. Just click on our link, go and do your normal shopping.
Yep, just go to ritualmisery.com, click the Amazon banner, done.
Done.
Just shop like normal, and you give us a couple bucks, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean,
a couple cents on each dollar.
Yeah, a couple cents. And while you're there, I mean, you can click around, learn a little bit more about Kent and I, and view some of the past show notes, and download some of the audio, find the videos. It's a great place. So ritualmisery.com. And,
yep, and check back often because we're constantly updating it at this point. We're trying to populate it and put all the things on there that we want, make it interesting.
Yeah, and if there's anything in particular that we're missing or that you find that you want to throw on there that you think would be really cool, go ahead and register and shoot us a little message, and we'll be good to go.
Yep. You made it easy. The way you set it up is really easy for people to interact with us.
That was the goal. That was the driving force behind it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little thing out there. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but if you have, you and I are both military. Ken.
Yeah.
So if our listeners have specific stories, specific experiences within the military lifestyle, I'm talking about dealing with children with special needs, deploying with a spouse, spending extensive times without their spouse, or anything like that, something that's specific to the military and is a life experience that you'd like to share with others that may be going through the same thing, and you can say, you can tell them what happened, what worked for you, what didn't work for you, anything like that. Please get a hold of us. I would like to create a sub-thread of those specific stories written by fairly intelligent people, sharing their experiences and helping others avoid the pitfalls that they fell into, and making this, yes, it's our site, and this is what we do, and it's where people can go to find us. But I would love to be able to make it a place where people can go to if they're coming into a situation that they don't understand about the military, and that they can come here and get some good advice. So I would like to solicit that out there. If you have semi-unique military experiences, let us know, and we can hook it up and get you added on there, and make it a nice place for people that may be sharing your experience to find some help.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have a question or something you just don't know how to handle it, post that. Also, if you have solutions, if you just have a good story to tell, you're like, oh man, this one time when I was deployed, this happened, and this is how I took care of it. Yeah, we want to hear those stories too.
Yep.
Amos and I are not the all-knowing guru of everything military, but between us, we have about 40 years of military experience.
Right.
And especially being senior NCOs, we've got, well, a lot of the answers we have in our heads already, but the ones that we don't, we've got avenues, easily accessible avenues to us that we can resolve just about anything that you would encounter, I think. And if not, we know people that can find the answer. So that's important to me, and it's important to him. We're all family. We're all brothers and sisters in the military, and it's important that we take care of each other.
Now, that being said, if you just have questions about the military or about military lifestyle, about PCSing, moving from one location to another, about how marriage is affected in military life, how military life actually is, he and I can both speak to the Air Force side of things, and we have friends and family in the other branches, so we can help you out there too. And if you want, all you have to do is send us a message, ask us a question on Twitter at Ritual Misery, and go ahead and ask, and we will promptly respond. And if it's a good enough topic, we will include it in the show and discuss it on air, and hopefully help out even more people.
Yeah, definitely. And you can always hit me up at RM_Del Noche if there's something particular to me. You heard me say something, you're like, oh yeah, I got a question about that.
Yeah,
Just hit me
especially
up.
retirement. Go ahead and ask him.
Absolutely. And right now, you're about to go through a PCS, so if you got questions about PCSing, at Ethan Kane for Amos.
Yep. We have one more thing on our docket that we want to talk about tonight, and we're running a little long, but let's go ahead and touch on that. It's a 2004 BL86.
That's such a crazy name. Yeah, so Monday, for anybody that was paying attention, we almost got hit by an asteroid. Well, that's not exactly true. We didn't almost get hit. The smart people over at NASA knew it wasn't going to hit us. But to me, it was a little too close for comfort. Old 2004 BL86 came within 745,000 miles of us. That's 3 times the distance to the moon. And this thing is the size of a mountain. It's flying through space. The infinite, well, not infinite necessarily, but the vast, vast expanse of space. And this thing was 3 times the distance to the moon from us. If that would have hit us, we're talking catastrophic tsunamis, basically a nuclear winter, and all kinds of just horrible, worst case scenario type shit happening to our planet. And it was merely 3 times the distance to the moon. And nobody raised any shit about it. And I think that's because people that knew about it have faith in NASA's calculations and vast math skills that, I don't know. That's pretty crazy.
I tell you what,
but
I don't have faith in anybody's math when it comes to that. I have faith that if we did have a mountain hurling towards us at umpteen billion miles per hour, no one's going to tell us.
Yeah, I think if we're going to get hit, I think, they're just not going to let us know, because
it's going to be a Tuesday afternoon. It's going to suck really bad. That's all.
Yeah, oh, what the fuck was that?
Oh man, I was so going to be on podcast tonight.
Oh man,
flow of my day as I'm getting crushed by this mountain.
Yeah. Oh, at least I have a topic for tonight. Oh wait, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I had a topic. That's like that'd be the equivalent of playing basketball and hitting the backboard every time for a couple hours, but never actually going in. Eventually, it's accidentally going to happen again.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, but the interesting thing was, like, I knew about this for probably about 2 weeks. That's when I first heard that it was supposed to pass this or whatever. So I was kind of paying attention. And on Monday, when it actually passed, a lot of the telescopes, the high-powered telescopes and whatnot that are out there, took some good pictures of it. And what NASA did is they put together, it's basically a GIF, but they call it a movie. They put together a movie of the asteroid. I think it was like 12 frames or something like that. So it looks like a movie, but it's really just a series of stills that they took. Well, what they discovered is that that asteroid has a moon. They saw it as the asteroid was passing us, a mere 3 times distance, the moon. They saw that the asteroid has its own moon. And so I watched the movie, the GIF basically, and you can see this moon. And the first thing that came to mind, me being a Star Wars geek, that's no moon. But yeah, I mean, it looks kind of crazy. I mean, if you look at it in the context of it's got something orbiting around it, you can kind of see that that's what it is. But just looking at it raw, it's hard to say what that thing is.
yeah.
So I was like, all right, the conspiracy theorists have to be all over this. So I went to abovetopsecret.com. It's a well-known conspiracy theory website or whatnot. Yeah. And sure as shit, one of the things they put on there was a link to discussing the the asteroid and whatnot. And the big discussion was about this moon and what they think it really was. And of course, it was all about spaceship docking with the asteroid and all this kind of shit. But I thought it was pretty funny because I spent probably like 5 minutes, whatever, just kind of scrolling through the blog that they had on there. And somebody made reference to Bruce Willis, saying, "Oh, it's probably Bruce Willis going up there to save us all." So yeah, I thought that was worth talking about tonight because I got a good kick out of that.
That'd be awesome. All right, cool. So we got an email earlier today, and I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but it was really good to hear. Got some very good feedback as I stumble over my words for the next 3 or 4. From Richard Gunther. He's an old acquaintance of mine. We met several years ago at a Buzz Out Loud meetup, and have kept in contact since. And he's actually fairly well known in some circles. Home On and Entertainment 2.0 are the 2 podcasts that I know of that he hosts. I'm sure he does other stuff as well. He writes articles, and he checks on all that kind of stuff. The home automation theme. Wow, that's a brain fart. Might actually have to end that one. The home automation systems are what he really dives into, and that and Windows media stuff. And he sent us an email, and I just want to say thank you to him on the air. And if you're interested in seeing some interesting points of view, some unique points of view on everyday occurrences, hop on over to Twitter at Richard Gunther, and he's got like 4 accounts or 5 accounts, and each one of them has kind of a different theme to it, and all of them are funny and full of moments. Go ahead and check him out. Again, we appreciate that. We did not have a guest on tonight. We almost had Jeremy on, and I don't even know what happened there. It just kind of, maybe he was tired or whatever, but it kind of fell out. So, Kent, is there anything that you want to pimp before we cut out tonight?
Just as always, go to ratebeer.com, username Del Noche. Check me out. I try to rate a beer as often as I can. I think I've got some good taste buds that have something good to say about beer or something bad to say about a beer. So check it out. Some of my Some of my reviews are humorous. Most of them are pretty straightforward. If you like beer, check it out.
Very good, very good. We can find you on Twitter at @RM_Del
Mm-hmm.
If you need to see more of that, you can find that on his bio page on ritualmisery.com. I'm Amos at Ethan Kane on Twitter. I know it was brought up earlier today. I need to pick a name and just go with it. Anthony, Amos, Ethan. It's starting to even confuse myself. So
Or we could just go the other direction, is make up like 17 more names for you, and I can just rotate what I'm going to call you today.
There, you just make up a new one every show and see how long it takes you before you repeat.
Oh man.
We'll have to get into that another time, how I picked up my different names. You can follow the show if you'd like to follow the show on Twitter. It's at Ritual Misery. You can submit ideas on our subreddit. Man, tonight is just not a night for my mouth to work correctly.
That's what she said.
So
I was gonna see how many times I can work that in. I haven't been trying very hard.
Ritualmisery.reddit.com if you want us to discuss something, or if you want to bring something to our attention, that'd be the place to do it, and get other people to input in on it. You can go to our home on the web, our new home on the web, ritualmisery.com.
Yay!
It's pretty awesome. Finally got that set up. It's really cool.
And it's only going to get better from here.
It is definitely only going to get better. That kind of makes it sound like it's really, really bad right now.
No, it's really awesome right now, especially for a website that's less than a week old. It looks freaking amazing. Yeah. Thanks to your hard work and dedication on that.
And the patience of my wife, because
yes,
spent a lot of time this weekend on that site. You can call and leave us a voicemail if you would like. It's going to be at 567-69-TRMPC. That's 567-698-7672. The music that you hear right now is courtesy of Kevin MacLeod on Incomptech.com. Thanks for listening. For Kent, for me, for you, this is your Ritual Misery Podcast.
See ya.
All right, man. There we go.
Cool. Went a little over 40 minutes, almost 45 minutes.
Yeah, what a mess that became, huh? And all of a sudden the time just went like, what the hell? What happened?
Yeah, well, it's one of the problems was exactly what you said right before we started. Was let's cut the recap kind of short because we've been taking a long time on it. Yeah, we were like 10 minutes in by the time we were done with that. I was like, oh god damn it! He just warned us about that. Fuck.
That and we were supposed to be done with main topic at 16 minutes, and I looked up and it was 20.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We were a few minutes past on that. We never quite recovered from that, and then the Ritual Misery thing took longer than I thought it would. We kind of got off topic a little bit for a while there, and then came back to your other topic, and then it actually went longer than I thought it would, and then I was like, oh,
yeah.
Like, we need to, yeah.
You know, but I thought overall it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, not bad. I don't.
I was trying to think. I was actually, while we were recording, I was thinking about, is this going to get cut? Should that get cut? You know, I don't know. I was trying to cut the show while we were still recording it in my head. I don't know. It was weird, but
that's where I want to get to, where I'm not worried about what's going to get cut and what's actually live. I just want to do the show better with the show as we get better at doing the show. Less stuff has to get cut. To where it's only the blatant errors, like, you know, when you have a complete mind drain like I did, or, you know, a couple of those times you were coughing or I was coughing, we didn't hit our mute button, you know.
Right. Or the you know, the dead air. I think we had like 2 segments of like 5 seconds of dead air where we're just kind of like, you know.
Technical difficulty, illness, and completely derailed conversations are fine, but the normal rambling that we do and things like that, I think that's part of what brings the personality to the show. And I'm not gonna like change that at all.
Yep. Nope. I'm in agreement. we're tightening up our format. We're actively doing it. We're looking at a timer while we're talking. So if we go over, we know we're going over, and at that point we make the decision: do we stop talking now, say 2 more sentences and move on, or fuck it, this is fucking rolling. Let's just keep going. We're at that point where we're making conscious decisions about the content and the format and.
Yep. And you just paused. Hello? Hello? No, I just paused.
No. Oh, there you go. There, you're back. I was about to do a one-man show over here.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm saying, like, hello?
But as I was saying, as I got cut off by the interwebs.
The intergremlins?
Whatever, yeah. There we go. But no, we're actively tightening our format. We're consciously paying attention to the time. If we can look down and we know that we're going long on something, we can make the decision. All right, stop talking about this and move on. Let me get to my point real quick. We'll move on. Or you know what? This is fucking gold. We're just gonna run with it. I don't care how long it takes. We can actually make that decision consciously. We're at that point where before we're just kind of just riffing until we ran out of shit to say, and then we moved on.
I think one of the things we need to do too is like I tried to cut back to your topic, and we honestly should just skipped it. It's a good topic. We could have carried it forward to the next time, or something like that. But we need to, excuse me, like the whole richroommisery.com thing. We didn't talk nearly as long as I thought we would about that. We ended up talking like around it, and it ended up taking more time than it should have.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we have some more practices to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and at this point say goodbye to the video. We can mention a few things and then go on with our lives.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.